Hi everyone, and welcome back as I continue my review of my collection of Doctor Who DVDs. So we're still here in the William Hartnell era. This is a 6-part story, so stacking this up against the last one I reviewed, the Sensorites, the pacing is better. Both are 6-part stories, but the pacing is better in this one. So what am I talking about? Well, yes, I am talking about the Dalek invasion of Earth. Yep, the Daleks have conquered the Earth, enslaved it, and they're up to no good. Yeah, so the first 3 parts to this story basically take place in London, and then we move on to the mining operation in Bedfordshire. I do like the ending to the episode 1, even though when the Doctor and Chesterton come up against the Robo-Men, they are so dull-witted and sluggish. I'm just amazed how that they can, well, operate. I don't know. But that scene with the Dalek coming out the River Thames, oh, that's a classic. That really was a classic gem scene. A Dalek coming out the River Thames. Nice one. That's a nice touch. Really was a nice touch, that. I like that. And of course, there are other scenes in this story, and that involves the Daleks moving around London at certain landmarks of London, you could say, and doing that very dodgy salute again. There's that very dodgy salute from a certain country in the 1930s. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, basically the first part is there's a group of survivors in London. They're resistance. They're trying to fight the Daleks, and they're not really getting anywhere. The leader is Dortmund. He builds this sort of bomb. They attack one of the landing sites of the Dalek ships. It completely fails. It does. It's a complete disaster, and they've got to get out of London. Dortmund's last stand up against the Daleks, this cripple getting out of his wheelchair, lobbing his bomb at 4 Daleks. I couldn't give him credit. At least he went out with style. I'll give him credit for that. But the scene I liked, definitely, it was... Oh, let me think. Hang on. Oh, yes, Barbara. Was she's with that other woman driving that lorry, and they go straight through a Dalek roadblock, and they just smash the Daleks in half. Wow, I didn't know the Daleks were that weak. Good grief. Yeah, so, talking about the Daleks, we have a black Dalek who's running the show. Yes, a black Dalek who's in charge, who pops up throughout the story. And this Black Dalek, as we discover later on in the second half of this story, taking place in the mining area, he has what is dubbed as a pet on the loose, a sliver. Yep, a Dalek sliver, a very nasty organism that likes to devour anyone that gets in its way. Yeah, really aggressive, that. Oh, there is one scene I did really like in the mining base involving the Black Dalek. It's the camera angle. They slanted it, and it really looked good. It really came across... to me, it gave the Daleks a sort of a menaced look about them. I know that sounds odd when, you're talking about a camera angle. Really weird, that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, why the Daleks were mining there and which I don't understand. Well, let's put it this way. What's going on there is very similar to what happened on Mondas. And of course, this is the story where the Doctor says goodbye to his granddaughter, Susan. Yep, this is the one. This is the one. He locks her out the TARDIS and basically says, "You're no longer my granddaughter. You are a woman." And he leaves her behind. Wow. That's pretty harsh, isn't it? But then again, he's acknowledged that she's now become a young woman in her own right. Yeah, so as I say, I haven't really gone into much detailing of the stories because I don't do that anymore. Overall, I think the Dalek Invasion of Earth is a good story. You stack that up against the first encounter, the Daleks, the 7-parter. The pacing in this one is much better. It moves along at a much more steadier pace. Where I found the Daleks was very slow moving. This one has got better pacing. But I do still feel, even on this one, if this was a 4-part story, you would have got an absolutely stunning story. Absolutely stunning. But nevertheless, it's a 6-parter. And it's still a damn good story. Yeah, Dalek Invasion of Earth is a good story. Brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And on that note, I'll see you in due course. Goodbye.